So you can see I just made a couple pulls with the car on the rear rollers now. I just wanted to do a few pulls to make sure it was doing the same thing each time, which it near enough is. I'm just about to see the graph on the screen there now. So what I'm going to do now is unstrap the car, put the ramps back in position, and just temporarily strap the car so that the back axle is on the front dyno set, and then we'll do the same thing again, and then if everything's calibrated correctly, in theory it should read nigh on the same thing on the other dyno. Right, evening guys, excuse the mess everywhere else, but we finally got some ramps sorted out. So in the end I just used some normal commercial ramps and just modified them for the lower height, cut the ends off them and adjusted the angle slightly, and we just drilled some holes in the front of the frame so you can pin them in different positions. So we'll get the car backed up here and see what happens. Right, okay, you can see I've got the car moved forwards now onto the front dyno. It's a bit noisy because I've got the fan going. I'm just trying to get the car back to basically the same temperature it was at when I did the runs on the back. So we're going to run it up here now, same gear, same calibration, same temperature, and we should end up with a dyno graph, hopefully, you know, give or take the same as the other one. If we do, that means the calibration and the load cells and everything is basically correct. If anything's wrong, they're going to be drastically different. Hopefully you can hear me. Let the car cool off a bit. Ignore the strapping, it's only temporary for this strange position. So you can see the two poles laid on top of each other now. One is when I was on the rear bed, the other is on the front. So you can see on the whole they're almost identical. It made fractionally more, 2 or 3 numbers on the top end there on the front one, but that could literally just be slightly different strapping pressure, slightly different coolant temperature, and all that sort of thing, but they are basically reading exactly the same. So that's good news. That means both of the dynos are calibrated the same. Okay, so as you're seeing in the previous clip, we've had my HDI on here now, just to confirm the numbers are basically doing the same now as they used to be. The BMW I used to prove that the front and rear rollers are both doing the same thing, which they were, but I don't really know what that BMW was doing, whether it's healthy or not and all the rest of it. So I then took the BMW off, put my HDI on, which you'll have just seen in the previous clip. I can't remember if I videoed it, but I think Reece did on his phone, because we've had my HDI on this dyno 5 or 6 years ago, so we know a number. In fact, I opened the graph on the computer before doing the run, so we obviously ran that one up. So that basically confirms that it's still doing the same thing now that it was 5 or 6 years ago, which is good news. So now I finally got a car on here that I actually need to work on. This is Reece's shed, or Reece's D-Turbo. We've done the engine in this over Christmas. I can't remember if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before, but it was quite a while ago anyway. It's kind of a reincarnation of lots of bits and pieces from various friends. So most of that engine is parts from builds that you've seen in other videos, I can imagine. So we got it all together, and it's kind of just basically sat here for about a year. You've probably seen it in the background of other pictures and videos and stuff, largely because it just needs tuning up and finishing really. But trying to do that on the road just sucks. So we've just been waiting for this to be running again. Now that it is, we're gonna have a go. So you can see I got it all mounted up and strapped down. I have done a few pulls just to get things set up. First thing was just getting the boost controller dialed in, so we actually had control over the wastegate, which we have now. Got it set, I think about 25 PSI at the moment. So that was yesterday, so we'll get it warmed up again now. and we'll do a couple pulls. Hopefully Reese will be here and he can hold the camera.
Holding gear